What is up, Copy Squad? Welcome to the live. It's your boy Kyle Milligan of KyleTheWriter.com, and today we're going to talk about types of copywriting, mostly the most profitable niches. So this is a live event, a live post about types of copywriting that is brought on by basically research. And if you've been paying attention recently, I've been surveying you guys. Like, what are you writing? Where are you? Are you brand new? Are you writing for pay yet? Are you just trying to break in and get started in copywriting? So I've taken like 2 to 3 of those responses and I've formed this post. So that's basically research 101. Like, I've already got an audience, right? And I'm trying to feel out what it is that they are, where they are, what they're up to, and I'm just going to give them content that basically like answers their questions, helps like scratch their itches or try to help them get to where they want to be. And the end game is hopefully they will buy my products in the future. Right now I just got the book at KyleTheWriter.com/book, and it's called Take Their Money. And so I'm basically explaining this to you because this is how it works, right? This is a funnel. This is free content. It gets you in the door, right? And gets you talking to me and me helping you and building that relationship and that rapport. And that's what we're all trying to do here. We're trying to make sales. So if you're getting into copywriting for whatever reason, this is all kind of related. Marketing, copywriting, sales, it's all like in the same basket. So you can watch me if you just pay attention like what I do. Like I say with the big 4 emotions, it's not what you say, it's kind of like what you communicate. So it's not really like what I'm saying, like you don't have to copy my content, but watch how I do it, right? Watch how I pitch, watch how I'm constantly, I'm making offers, I'm asking questions all the time, I'm gathering the research. And then once I get you guys tell me, and then I just say it back to you, right? It's like I have that knowledge, I'll just say it back to you. So sales writing is very much the same. Writing copy is you just kind of know your audience. And I've talked about this guy here before, Grandpa Kurt. And I just kind of know what his pains and his questions are. And I just say them back to him, right? So research will set you free. And on that note, I can go ahead and make another offer. On KyleTheWriter.com/book, the sales page with my book offer at the bottom, you can upgrade and get a whole research video series. Like, right, I show you like the things that I do to generate research. That's where all this content's coming from, is from the research. So this post is from some emails and a YouTube comment that I received like in the last couple hours. And I just get the comments, I get the questions, and I spit out the content. So the content is types of copywriting, and we're going to talk about the most profitable niches. Let me check to see who got in here. You're so great. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate you dropping the link in there. We've got 2-3 people coming in already. Okay, cool. So maybe we can go ahead and start talking about the types of copywriting, i.e. the most profitable niches. Okay. So basically I think what's really important, let's drill down like the big niches first, and then we'll kind of get into some details. And I think the best place to kind of start that conversation would be to look at Agora copywriting. Because at Agora, they've kind of got it figured out. They are like the big machine now. They're kind of like the guiding, like just kind of copy what they do and you'll make some money. So let's start with Agora copywriting. So Agora Financial, where I work, is obviously like a financial publishing company. But that doesn't mean that we've only published like financial newsletters or financial sales letters. We've done a bunch of stuff. In fact, some of the things that we've done, we've owned and have spun off, or maybe are still a part. I don't know the ins and outs of the company, so I'll be very careful with my words here if I misspeak and someone goes, oh no, that company owns this company. And I'm like, ah. So we have our financial divisions. We have health divisions, okay? So there's financial newsletters, niche, that's a niche. Health is a niche. And the health stuff is going to be like selling supplements, like I'm trying to think of one that I remember the headline. I haven't read a lot of health copy. I'm a really specialized person, and I really just stick around my financial niche. So basically, like, you'd be selling some sort of cure, like some sort of like supplement that improves your energy, some sort of some sort of like supplement thing that you can, and it comes from like the same place as financial copywriting, right? So both of those are the two big ones, right? Financial and health. And what makes them so popular and so powerful is, well, everyone can relate and wants both those things. Everyone wants to be healthy and everyone wants to have a ton of money. But what makes them so profitable too and so valuable as a copywriter is like you have to kind of take an old thing and make it new, right? That's all almost all. I hate saying words like all because then someone's like, no. So anyway, like much of the good copywriting out there is because someone was intelligent enough to take an old thing and make it sound new. And it's very much that way with financial copywriting, because what are we talking about? We're talking about investing in stocks most of the time, right? Maybe trading options, maybe some, but generally there's nothing like truly new. That's where the idea comes from. That's why it's very important there. Same thing with the health industry, the whole health industry, whether you're selling supplements, whether you're selling like a workout program, really it comes down to diet and exercise. That's health in a nutshell. Diet and exercise in a nutshell. With financial, it's buy low, sell high, play smart, like play for the long game. Very basic stuff. It's our job to take those concepts and tease out the really cool details and make that like seem like a brand new thing. And it's difficult because these are, diet and exercise, buy low, sell high. It's hard to spin that a million different ways. So the reason that copywriters in those niches get paid so much is because there's so much demand, and it's pretty difficult. Like it can be kind of challenging to kind of find those angles over and over and over and over and over and over again. You could probably name like 3 diets off the top of your head right now: keto, Atkins, South Beach, right? It's just diets, man. You take in fewer calories than you burn and you lose weight. Simple, easy peasy. All right. So someone said in this email, when they're talking about like which copywriting niche they would go into, they said, yeah, I think I would like to go into health because I'm interested in health. It's something like I'm like a person who, well, I don't even say enthusiast. I like to read it off this thing. But as usual, I was kind of late to getting this started, and I'm underprepared on my resources here. To be honest, I'm into wellness. Okay, so health seems appropriate. I think that's an okay place to start at. I think it's not really like make or break. Like being into wellness is cool, but what you're gonna find out is it's like any job that you go into because you're passionate about it, and you kind of find out like a lot of times the nuts and bolts of it are not as like what you're crazy into as you might think. So, for instance, I'm not really into financial copy, or I am into financial copywriting. I'm not into the financial niche. Like someone sent me an email like, "Can you recommend trading stuff to me?" I was like, actually, no. I actually don't really do a lot of trading. I don't know much. In the term, I don't know like advanced techniques. I don't know a lot of crazy trading stuff. I simply know how to sell these sales letters, and I know that financial is profitable. So I say that to say that the principles that sell are universal, right? And that's why we say new, easy, safe, and big. Okay, right? Veterans, copy squatters, and newcomers who don't know about this. These are the big 4 emotions that I really preach and say like these things have to be tackled in like pretty much every line of your copy. In some way or another, or they have to be led up to. And that means it needs to appear new, it needs to appear like easy, something that anybody can do. It needs to appear safe, like they're not going to lose their shirts on this or end up in the hospital or something like that. It needs to appear big. And by big, I mean it'll move the needle in their life. It'll improve their standard of living in a measurable way. I got a cool comment here. It says, "Hello, Kyle. I'm so happy you made the book. I see the big 4 everywhere." Love that comment. I think what I love about that comment is it really is one of those things that it is everywhere. It's in every advertisement. All the people who are making the most money are doing it, but they don't really tell you that in the how-to write copy books. They say, okay, here's the headline template, and here's what's your first sentence and your second sentence. No, dude, if you just say it's new, easy, safe, or big, someone's going to pay attention. It's really that simple. And if you just kind of look at that instead of looking at the template and fill in the blank, it gets a lot easier. Okay, cool. I'm rambling a little bit on this one, huh? So we've got 2 main the most profitable niches, I would say. This is anecdotal, right? I don't have like a research report I'm going to pull out now and show you like zillions of dollars and spreadsheets and all that junk. But basically looking at what I've seen in my experience working for a big company like Agora and doing Agora copywriting, I've seen the health sectors and the financial sectors do pretty well. Now, there are a couple other sectors that I have seen less of. I don't know exactly the ins and outs of where they went and who owns what now, because Agora is kind of like, there's like 10 companies in the Agora companies. So we had survival. So survival is like a third thing. And I think really survival and like financial people are kind of almost like in the same niche in a way. It's kind of like people who are like gloom and doom, or like they always think the apocalypse is coming, like the Wall Street's going to crash, or the government's going to crash, or anarchy's coming, or the apocalypse, etc., etc. So survival is like another niche that you could write for. And survival can be anything from like camping gear, like how to like purify your own water. On my YouTube channel, I don't know if I was on Facebook Live yet. Wasn't on Facebook Live yet, but on my YouTube channel, I broke down Gary Halbert's water ad, which is basically like a survival product, where he's talking about how you can like purify water, any type of water, anywhere. That's kind of like a survival product. And Gary Halbert wrote that letter. And what they were actually, I'm pretty sure what they were trying to get you to do is invest in that company, which made it a financial survival sales letter. So, like I say, that customer avatar is kind of tightly wrapped. It's almost like, you could almost say it's like the same person. Hand copying, control copy every day, but having the breakdown process helps a lot. It is so important. It's so important to like kind of to start making those notes in the margin and making it stand out to you, because it's like it is like dieting too. Like until you start tracking your calories or looking at the nutrients on the side, you're like, oh my God, like, you know, what have I been doing this whole time? It's the same thing whenever you start like outlining, like all the principles and stuff in the margin, like, holy crap, this has been happening the whole time right under my nose. Robert says he's been doing keto himself and he could write about it all day. Okay, cool. I like that comment, and I think it's cool that you would be interested in keto, and you can maybe spin some of that into sales letters for something like a supplement company. Maybe that is something that you could go into. I don't want to speak too much on it and say one way or the other, but at the end of the day, what's really going to be important is new, easy, safe, and big. My whole book, Take Their Money, is about that. It's at kylethewriter.com/book. Okay, so we've got financial. Financial, I think, is the king. Okay, and the reason I think financial is going to be the king, most profitable niche for you in copywriting, is because if you look at Agora Financial and you look at the revenue it's generated and its business model, it continues to just eat up. Like, we're having trouble. I can't speak like that either. I gotta be so careful when I start talking about these things. Okay, well, I would say it's like, who do we look up to is almost like the question now. Like, where do we go from here? Who do we copy at Agora Financial is a harder question, and it's become like, you know, we can purchase other people, we can expand, we can kind of move outwards a little bit, and it's all been like, and it's much of it has been due to financial copywriting. Has been a big thing for our success. I know health is also prominent, and I've seen like the survival thing kind of go down, or I've seen less of it. Let me say that I've seen less of it. So whatever happened to it, or whoever's doing whatever, I'm not going to speak to that. You can kind of see, like, when I start talking about this stuff, I'm like, okay, hedge, disclaim, hedge. But yeah, so financial, health, survival, and then there are I would say those are like your big ones at the top. Let me think if there might be another one. BizOp and self-help and dating. I think those guys. So what we're talking about there is going to be like your internet marketers selling courses on how to internet market. And that's one of those areas where it's a weird sort of incestuous niche to me in a way, because it's like you start off trying to learn internet marketing, so you're gathering all this information, and then you want to sell a product, but all you know is internet marketing because you've been buying all these courses so that you could do internet marketing, and then all of a sudden you're selling a course on internet marketing. And it's like that's a weird place. That's a weird place of a lot of products that I'm not sure are very valid. Is it worth going into weight loss or self-help niche? You just asked. Yeah, great. Yeah. So buffering is so annoying. I must be behind on all these comments. Okay, cool. So yeah, the self-help niche. Now, if you think about it, so we work with James Altucher, and mostly for his like financial newsletter side of things, or much of it. I get so nervous talking about this stuff. Someone's gonna call me out and say you said that wrong. So we do work for helping him sell financial newsletters. Okay, research information on finance and stuff like that, and but James Altucher is kind of like a self-help guy, right? Like you can go to his website and find all of this free content, podcasts, all sorts of stuff to help you kind of like get out of a rut, get over depression, have confidence, be like a choose yourself kind of personality. And but we don't really sell a lot of newsletters on that. So can you go into the self-help niche as a copywriter and make money? Yes. And I'm kind of getting to that. I'm kind of going from like the top down. Like I say financial, if you did it like a, like a tree, I'd say financial is the star at the top, and then you've got like health is probably right below it, and there might be another guy beside it. It might be like survival or biz op, internet marketing stuff, right? Like the Frank Kerns of the world. Like Frank Kern kind of, I'm gonna misspeak here. I'm gonna stop dropping names from now on. But like, doesn't Frank Kern kind of teach you how to sell stuff online, right? That's his book, How to Create Internet Campaigns That Sell. So he's basically like an internet marketing guy. So you kind of like financial copywriting, and then like health and biz op right below it, and then it kind of sprinkles out. I think at there it becomes, I think anecdotally, it's a precipitous drop off in profits from there, because we hit 10 and then it went to 8. Oh, wow. Look at this is like one of our highest attended Facebook Lives. It works. It works. Coming live and giving free value. Oh my God. So yeah, is it worth it? I say you can make a living there. I think you can make a living anywhere. And I think the whole point of this video, which I'm obviously taking my time to get around to, and I didn't realize it was going to take this long. I thought I'd drop it in the first 5 minutes. You need to niche. I honestly thought this whole thing would be me just saying you need to niche. When you niche, like I am very niche, and I think it's kind of limiting whenever I'm trying to speak to a broad audience like this, because I'm a financial, long-form, direct response copywriter. Niching is very important. There were 3 things in the book Deep Work. Deep Work is a book that I bring up all the time. If you watch me, you're either going to just get it because you're tired of hearing me talking about it, you're intrigued by it, or you just want to know what the hell I'm always talking about. But in the book Deep Work by Cal Newport, he says there are 3 people that are going to succeed, and that is going to be people who can work with sophisticated machines like AI, people who are the best, or people who already have the capital to succeed or invest and succeed or something like that, right? And in the middle there was you have to be the best. And to become the best, it requires specialization. And that's where this whole idea for this video came from. It's one of my YouTube comments, which I did a terrible job of prepping this and finding that comment ahead of time. Right now I'm struggling with whether to niche out of emails and do all types of copy or stay with emails. My suggestion is to pick one thing, decide that is your thing, and you need to become the master of that thing. The way the world works now, it's not a matter like your locality no longer is a concern. It matters that you're the best at the thing. I wrote a blog post about this early on when I was writing blog posts instead of doing videos, and it was like, do you give a crap if your dentist, or your surgeon is also has a great golf game and is a safe driver? No. All you really care about is that guy can do that one thing that you need done and do it to the best of the abilities. So whenever you're deciding like, oh yeah, you've got copy that needs written, I can do it because I do all of it or something like that, you're going to be surprised at how difficult it is to make money that way. But if anybody in the world says, I need like a qualified long form direct response sales letter written for my financial product, I can be like, yeah, I can help you with that. And I become a lot more valuable because I have like testimonials, I have I guess case studies, like every sales letter I've written that's made a lot of money, and anything like that makes me automatically like more valuable and qualified. And oh, guess what? Every single one of these instances was for a financial product. So you have a financial product, so you can take a chance. Now this is new, easy, safe, and big, right? You can take a chance with this guy over here who might knock it out of the park this time, Or how about this dude with this track record of knocking out exactly your type of product out of the park every time? So my answer to anyone who's like thinking, should I write emails? Should I write this? Should I write that? I say pick one. Pick one. Okay? And man, it's a disorganized thing. I'm already 20 minutes in. So for the most profitable niches, all right, it actually sort of matters and it sort of doesn't matter. You can use the principles of New, Easy, Safe, and Big taught in my book, Take Their Money, at kylethewriter.com/book to sell pretty much anything. And like I've said, I've had Mary Kay. Like, you know what? You know Mary Kay is like the makeup and like beauty products. I've had Mary Kay sales people tell me that this stuff works for them, and they use it in their Facebook ads and recruiting new Mary Kay salespeople. I've had hairstylists use it to sell like product. So basically, here's an example. I can't sell this texturizing spray or something like that. And I was like, okay, well, how can you make it new, easy, safe, and big? You can say, I just started carrying it. It's, and then for safe, you want to use some credibility. Say, I know this XYZ celebrity, like J-Lo endorses it or something like that. She did a commercial with it once or something like that. Boom, done. Okay. New, easy. I just skipped the safe. So easy. Okay, I got this new product I just started carrying. Even if the product's 100 years old, I say I just started carrying it. It imbues it with some newness, right? I got this product, I just started carrying it. It's so easy to use. Like, you don't have to do anything. No flat irons, no blow dryers. You just spray it in your hair 3 times and you're done. Sell more products as a hairstylist that way. You can use these for any niche. It could be financial, it could be health, it could be survival. All you really got to do is convey that, hey man, this is a brand new thing, better than any alternative that you've tried before. Super easy to do. You're not going to waste your time here, and it's going to change your life. That's new, easy, safe, and big. New, easy, safe, and big. So if you're passionate about that topic, great. If you're pretty knowledgeable about it already, great. That helps with the research. And like I've said at the beginning of this, the research is like 90% of the battle. All right, so I wanted to touch on the types of copywriting, not just the most profitable niches, because I think we've kind of handled that now. Like dating and self-help were bigger a couple years ago. In my anecdotal experience from what I have witnessed, I don't have records, but it looked like back in the day, like dating and the pickup game and all that stuff was really hot. Like, man, what was it? Almost like 7 years now? 7 years ago? 8 years ago? That was the thing, though. Neil Strauss came out with that book, The Game, and then all sorts of stuff was popping off around them. But yeah, right now, the heavyweights are going to be financial health, internet marketing like BizOp, and then it'll kind of drop off from there. Now, the types of copywriting are going to be more like the style of writing, and that is another area that you can specialize in. So, for instance, I write these gigantic long-form sales letters. They're like 40 pages long. I had a comment today, like, do all sales letters have to be this long, or is all copywriting this long? We got that on YouTube comment today. And the answer is like kind of yes and no. Depends what you're writing. Some copywriting requires that you fit it into a tight space. If you're writing brochures, if you're writing like print stuff where you're paying per word, on a digital format, you can write for years. It doesn't cost anything. On a print format, that might be different. In a print format, you might need to sell more with images. And that is where your specialization will become very important. So types of copywriting will be like long form, okay? And let's just call that sales letters. Even, I don't even think you call Facebook ad long form. What do you think? Do you think Facebook ads are long form or short form? Yeah, I think you can write a decent amount of copy for a Facebook ad, but generally you're not writing 40 pages into your Facebook ad. So I think we'd probably call that short form. Then you've also got email. And email is another thing because like email can be like product launch sequences. It could be like indoctrination emails. It could just be like, there's a lot of stuff that can be done. But generally when it comes to anything copywriting, do not make the mistake of calling content writing copywriting. And that's just for me. This is my personal pet peeve. Copywriting is written with the express purpose of getting you to buy something. All right? Like I'm not educating when I'm writing copy, I'm educating you just enough to know that you want to buy this. You're not walking away like, I'm such a more learned individual and I'm going to, let me just stop there. Basically, you get my point. Don't write to educate. Get them just educated enough to know they want or really need this product and then move on. That's what copywriting does and why it's so important. Now, it's the different types. What should you do long form? Should you do email? Should you do Facebook ads? I say, and here's why I like the long form sales letter. Robert says, oh my God, take my money. Clevin says, your old dating help page. My old dating help page. I had an old dating help page, yeah. And I didn't know anything about copywriting then either. So I need to get my book page sales letter is, I think everyone knows this. I kind of whipped it up in like an hour, and I'm not going to run ads until I get that thing written. I'm going to like write like a full on sales letter, I think. And I'm excited to get that out there. My dating site though, from back in the day, no copywriting expertise in that. So anyway, why I like long form direct response sales writing. Okay, a couple reasons. One, it pays well. I write one letter, and then I can continue to generate income from this. Ooh, Amazon product descriptions is another one. That's really short, right? I think the shorter you get, the less money you're probably going to get. And the reason is your market's going to get more and more saturated. Because if you think about the amount of effort per thing, the shorter the thing you're writing, usually the less effort. Also, display ads is another type of copywriting, like Google AdWords and little tiny display ads where you got to write like 200 characters for an advertisement. And the reason why I really love the long sales direct response stuff is that takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort, and it's very difficult to do correctly and succeed. So as you go down that difficulty chain, right? I don't want to say other people's jobs is less difficult, but let's say the time investment is greater. So for me to write a successful sales letter could take 1, maybe 2 months of like straight up focused effort. And that means I am entitled to more pay. The laws of economics would say that would be worthy of more pay. How about that? Okay. So I like the longer form. I like the direct response stuff where if you write something, someone clicks it, you make the money. I'm not a fan of like going the blog post route. One of the guys said he's doing Fiverr. One of the people that reached out to me said he's doing Fiverr, and he's not exceptionally like thrilled with that. And it really comes down to like, I think the longer the copy goes, the more time it takes to produce it, the greater your income is going to be. So, that age-old thing, like you're paid in proportion to the size of the problem that you solve. Not a lot of people can sit down and write out like 40 pages of copy. And I'll go over like why copywriting has to be so long probably like tomorrow. I think that's going to be my next video. This video ran way over. And it was way different than what I imagined in my head it was going to be. I really thought I was just going to tell you had to niche down, which I didn't even get to till just now. Does anyone have questions? Because I feel like I've been rambling a lot. Let's see if we got comments. All right. So Kyle, I'm a rank beginner and I want to go into advertorials. Does the skill fit into writing copy in general? Jimmy says, it's warm in your attic, Kyle. Can you let me out, please? Uh-oh. Okay. How do I pronounce this name here? Is it a long A, Seiko, or is it Sako? Like a short A? Let me know so I can do this right. The question is, I want to go into advertorials. Does that skill fit into copywriting, writing copy in general? I'd say yes. I think even like pitching clients fits into copy. Anytime where you're basically, that was one of the things we said just a minute ago, when you are instructing somebody, right? When your education is simply educating them on how badly they need your solution, that's copywriting, okay? So whenever you're pitching somebody, if you can demonstrate their need to them, right? So I used to be into SEO, which is like, I feel like a lot of people end up here from SEO. I did with an email I got today. The guy who sent me an email today said he was into SEO and he's still working on that stuff now. I feel like we kind of end up here from internet marketing. So when I was doing SEO pitches, I would say, hey, look, here's where you're ranking for a keyword. All right, here's the guy like above you. And you're only like 1 or 2 good posts away from being on the top page. Like, let me show you how you can do this. Let's talk on a call, right? So I created the need. I said, hey, you're like right here. You're so close, man. Let's get you here. And that's copywriting. Like I didn't know it was copywriting. I was basically persuading. So basically anything that you're doing, you're going to create a need, okay? You're going to show them that there's some new information, and you're going to create that need, and then you're going to basically offer the solution. It's a little bit different in an advertorial, and I am not an advertorial expert either. I am a specialist. I specialize in long-form direct response sales letters for financial publishers, okay? So I'm not going to speak too in-depth to advertorials, but I do know that a lot of people, like Jake Hoffberg's group, I'm pretty sure, has people do advertorials before they get into like the long-form stuff. And I've heard that be pitched around with some folks at Agora, that maybe we should do advertorials before we start having people do long-form sales letters for the first time, because long-form sales letters are such an overwhelming task, right? Call me Sad. It's my middle name. Short A, Sad. Is that Sad or Sod? Jimmy with the relevant question. I think it's Sad. Or I might be wrong. I'd be Sod. So, I mean, is it pronounced Sad or Sod? Okay, so we're getting in a weird pronunciation conversation over here. All right, any other questions? Let's see what we got going on. I don't see any. Really good engagement on this one. Going live at 4 p.m. has been successful. I'm saying great success. I hope this kind of clears it up. Let's kind of recap really quick. Types of copywriting and the most profitable niches. Whenever you're going in, let's start backwards, the profitable niches. When you're going into copywriting, it's cool if you're passionate about the thing that you're talking about. I am not a passionate stock person. I don't really care much about the stock market. I don't really know a lot about the stock market. I know there's 3 things you got to know for research. You got to know your customer, you got to know your guru or personality, and you got to know your product, okay? And then you just kind of find out where those 3 guys overlap, and you tell them those things, right? I know my customer is this guy, right? And that's why I've been actually trying to figure out who you are, right? All right, I'm the personality, and I'm pretty sure I'm pretty self-aware about like what I can offer you. And then the last thing is my product. So I can convey the message to you, the medium. I need to figure out what it is, where you're at, what you need, and then I'm going to wrap that in a message where I'm speaking to you. I'm the medium about my product, right? So if you can just figure out your customer, you can figure out your product, right? Like if I'm selling the Altucher report by James Altucher, I understand that they're going to be talking about XYZ, certain ideas in that research, okay? So I know I can share, like, okay, this is the kind of stuff that this person, that this guy right here would be interested in hearing, and I'm gonna convey that to him. And James is the medium. So what strengths does James Altucher have that I can convey? Well, James has started a bunch of really successful companies. He knows a lot of very important and successful people. And I can convey, like, man, you can get on board with this research service from this very successful guy who knows a lot of successful people. He's got a lot of credibility, and he can help you get to where you want to be. I could do that for a health niche, because I just have to figure out my customer all over again. Who's the guy buying these health products? To be honest, it might be this guy trying to be young again, you know, and trying to stay youthful and vibrant forever. And then I just simply tell them the things that they wanted to know or hear, and just say, hey, I know that you want to be younger. I know that you wish you could, you know, go for those jogs you used to go on. Well, I've got this new supplement that can help you breathe easier, help you relax your joints, or blah, 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 blah. And it's made by this doctor, the personality, you know, the guru, this doctor or this person who's like a reputable source. And that's it. You just combine those 3 things. I'll make one more offer. On kylethewriter.com/book, I have a whole research package. It's 5 modules, 6 videos, but it's 5 modules, 5 courses on how I do the research for the stuff I just shared with you. So definitely go check that out if you're interested in that. If you get the research videos, you get right now the way it's set up is you get the book for free. I got to be very careful with that language in case I change my offers in the future and someone watches this like a year later. So, yeah. What we got here? How can you find your niche? Tips, please. What drove me to Agora? Okay. How did I decide on long form copy? Okay, cool. All right, this one's going to go a little long. Stretch it a little, stray out too much from writing good copy. Okay, cool. But yeah, I just didn't want to stray too much from getting good at writing copy. Thanks for everything. Okay, let's start with this. How do you find your niche? What drove me to Agora? Okay, I'll tell you what drove me to Agora. I have a whole video on this. It's very selfish. It's like a kind of very anti-hero sort of story where I just wanted to. I was doing the SEO thing, and the reason I was doing the SEO thing is because I wrote some books. Look, I wrote these books, Hang-Ups and Hangovers, and this book, Redheads and Bedspreads, right? This is about modern dating in the Tinder age. And so I wrote those books. I didn't know how to sell them. No one was buying them. So I started doing SEO, and I created that dating site that we talked about just a little while ago. Created like a dating advice site so I could like get people to get traffic, and I could sell these books. Well, then I found out, oh, that's not good enough. You gotta do copywriting. I was like, well, what the hell is copywriting? So I started Googling copywriting, and I hear this podcast on Copy Chief of this guy, Joe Schrafer, is talking to Kevin Rogers, and Joe says, hey, if anyone wants a job, we're offering copywriting training. And then I actually had no clue what Agora is. Like, there is not some fantastic story of my dream was to go to Agora. I had no clue. Like, I Googled Agora, and I was like, I don't know about this. There's some bad reviews about this company. Maybe I shouldn't go there. I had no idea. I just knew that they were offering a copy camp, 2 months of copywriting training, and I wanted to get good at copy so I could sell books, which I haven't even like thought about in, basically since I got a job as a copywriter. But that was it, dude. Like, that's all I really cared about. As far as long form copy, I knew I wanted to do that because I heard that was like the most effective and powerful strategy for selling. I thought if I could write these great big sales letters to sell my books, then I could quit my job, which has always been my dream, is to be like a 4-hour work week guy, even though I haven't read that book. But just like, live on the beach and drink and be a digital nomad. What's funny is I can actually do that now. If I wanted to, I could. I could go out there right now on the beach, chill out on my laptop, and it wouldn't be a big deal. And I actually, now that I have that ability, I don't do it. Now I work 10 times harder than I've ever worked. I mean, I'm juggling working at Agora and running this whole show. So it's a little more difficult than you think. It's actually one of the reasons why it's been so hard for me to get this, especially when you're doing the daily grind. Like, okay, I gotta get content. Okay, I gotta get content. Okay, I gotta get content. Like, every day I wake up and it's like, oh no, what am I gonna do today? This topic literally hit my inbox like 40 minutes before I went live at 4 p.m. So it's kind of hard to do all of the above. And, but yeah, that's my Agora story. It's not very sexy. It's not like some dream story. I actually stumbled into Agora like a buffoon. Had no idea what I was walking into, and I would say I'm pretty lucky. I got one more thing for you here. Alright. Here we go. I say this one all the time. I never have this in my hand when I say it. Do the Work by Stephen Pressfield. This one didn't change my life. His first book changed my life. I'll show you that one. Alright. The War of Art changed my life. My girlfriend got me Do the Work as the second one, the follow-up, because she knew I loved The War of Art so much. But this book I'm a testament to this book, this section in particular. Stay stupid. Ignorance, here it is. Ignorance and arrogance are the artist and entrepreneur's indispensable allies. All right, that's how I got my job at Agora. I was a complete idiot. I had no idea what I was doing, and I was just like, give me a job. Now I write for one of the most successful direct response companies in the world. Cool story. Nobody wants to read your shit. Okay, I don't see. Kyle Milligan has your back. Message him after. Can I get the package without the book? Didn't take advantage of the offer when I bought the book. Oh, the research package? Yes. Yeah, I'll message you after. Thanks, Jimmy, for looking out. Jimmy, you can be my moderator, bro. Like, now I've got all this engagement. I don't know what to do. Sad says, I don't want my... Alright, Jimmy says, nobody wants to read your shit. And Sad says, I don't want my own shit. Okay, cool. Alright, talking about, is this Pressfield? Alright, Great. So yeah, that's it. I think we've covered it. Again, I keep saying it every day. I'm really excited to have some blog posts coming soon. I'm still ramping up a new transcriber to get these things transcribed into blog posts. This one's going to be an exceptional challenge for my boy. 40 minutes, lots of rambling. I'm going to need him to do a lot of formatting and making sure that this actually comes out to be a useful blog post with helpful information instead of just me talking about nothing. You thought you had too many books? You can never have too many books, dude. Like, that's crazy talk. As a matter of fact, dude, like, that's like one of my first questions. If someone wants to work at Agora, it's like, okay, well, what are you reading? If the answer is nothing, then that's just like a huge red sign. Like, how you gotta read all the time. All the time. All right. Dude, I hate getting off these lives when I got all this conversation going. Like, it's crazy. It's like the opposite. Like, whenever I have these, when I have these lives when nobody tunes in, I'm on it for like 5 minutes and I just sign off. Like, I'm just, I can't get out of there fast enough. But when we've got like a couple people who give me some content to talk about, some conversation, this guy says you can wrap this up now. Okay, now the people are actually telling me to shut up and get off. Okay, that's it. Copy Squad. Thanks so much for tuning in. Go to kylethewriter.com/book. You can get my research package there. You can get my book there. Take their money. And leave comments below if you think reading is cool. I always forget to prepare questions for this. That's all I've got for you today. Peace out, Copy Squad.